Hi students, today's topic is controlling part 2. In my previous video of controlling, I have discussed meaning of controlling and features of controlling. So, today I am going to discuss the significance of controlling, limitations of controlling, and lastly, steps in controlling process. Now, let's see the significance of controlling. Controlling is an important managerial function. It is the process of measuring actual performance and comparing it with the standard to identify any deviation. It also helps in taking corrective actions to meet the standard. It reduces the chance of mistakes being repeated in the future by providing preventive steps so that the derived goals of the organizations are achieved in the desired manner. Controlling is an important and indispensable part of management. Now let's discuss the points. Point number 1, accomplishing organizational goals. The process of controlling help in accomplishing organizational goals or objectives. The controlling guides the activities of subordinate in achieving the goal. It ensures the use of human and material resources in the best possible manner so that there may be predetermined objectives of the organization. Next one, judging accuracy of the standard. A manager compares the actual work performance with the standards while performing the function of control. He tries to find out whether the accuracy of the standards is not more or less than the general standards. Third, improves efficiency. The organization sets the goal for the future which is not certain. So, controlling is the way that focuses on uncertainty and to attain the goals. Regular control shows the deviations in plan and actual achievement, which helps to keep the staff on the right track. The next point is improve employees' motivation. Motivation is defined as the process of inspiring someone for doing something. Controlling makes all the employees work with complete dedication as they know that their work performance will be evaluated. Their identity will be established if the progress report is satisfactory in the organization. Let's see the next point, ensuring order and discipline. The implementation of control helps to check all the desirable activities like theft, corruption, delay in work, and uncooperative attitude. Controlling ensures order and discipline in an organization. Ensuring order and discipline is also one of the importance of control. Facilitate coordination. A good control system facilitates coordination among the departments and employees. Controlling facilitates coordination by providing the unity of direction. Controlling helps to secure coordination by providing the overlapping and the duplication of works and promptly creating the deviation. Guides in achieving goals. The process of control provides standards or norms for appraisal and management of actual performance. The essence of control is adherence to planning. It provides feedback information for taking remedial actions. Through controlling, managers keep the organization on the right track and ensure the attainment of planned goal. Next point simplifies supervision. Controlling helps to simplify the task of supervisor by printing out significant deviations from the standard of performance. It keeps the subordinate under check and facilitates to maintain and develop the discipline among them. Controlling helps to check and supervise the activity of the organization. Controlling makes the process of supervision easier. Effective delegation of authority. The effective delegation of authority helps in the proper system of control. The delegation of authority will be meaningless without an adequate system of control. Therefore, management must develop the proper technique of controlling the organization. Next is corrective action. When the results do not match the objectives, then corrective actions need to be taken to correct the weaknesses and problems. Since the corrective actions is the essence of controlling, it is also one of the importance of controlling. Next is cost. Control ensures organizational efficiency and effectiveness. The proper control system can make a significant contribution to the reduction of operational costs as well as to the maximization of output. They eliminate waste and duplication of effort while lowering labor cost and increasing output quantity. The last is better planning. Planning and controlling are the important managerial function. Controlling is the only means to ensure that plans are being implemented in the real sense. It also provides information on the basis of which better plans can be formulated in the future. Without controlling, planning is meaningless. Let's see the limitations of controlling. The first one is difficulty in setting quantitative standards. It becomes very difficult to compare the actual performance with the predetermined standards if these standards are not expressed in quantitative terms. This is especially so in areas of job satisfaction, human behavior, and employee morale. Second, no control on external factors. An organization fails to have control on external factors like technological changes, competitions, government policies, changes in taste of consumers, etc. Next, resistance from employees. Often, employees resist the control systems since they consider them as curbs on their freedom. For example, surveillance through closed circuit television. Last, the costly affair. Controlling involves a lots of expenditure, time, and effort. Thus, it is a costly affair. A small organization cannot bear such expenditure. Therefore, they are useful for only big organization. And for the small organization, they are simply a luxury. The manager should employ only those controlling techniques which yield profit more than their cost. Now we are going to see the steps in controlling process. The first step is setting performance standards. The first step in the process of controlling is concerned with setting performance standards. These standards are the basis for measuring the actual performance. Thus, standards act as a lighthouse that warns and guide the ships at sea. Standards are the benchmark towards which efforts of entire organizations are directed. These standards can be expressed both in quantitative and qualitative terms. In order to facilitate easy comparison of actual performance with the standard, a manager should try to set these standards in quantitative terms as far as possible. However, in case of qualitative standard, effort should be made to define this standard in such a way that comparison becomes easily understandable. Let's see the next point, measurement of actual performance. Once the standard have been determined, the next step is to measure the actual performance. The various techniques for measuring are sample checking, performance reports, personal observations, etc. However, in order to facilitate any or easy comparison, the performance should be measured on the same basis that the standards have. We can consider some of the ways for measuring performance are like supervisors prepare a report regarding the performance of an employee. Progress made in area like marketing can be measured by considering the number of units increased in market shares. In a small organization, each unit produced can be checked personally to ensure the quality standard. Now moves to the next point, comparing actual performance with the standards. This is the third steps. This step involves comparing the actual performance with the standards laid down in order to find out the deviation. For example, performance of a salesman in terms of units sold in a week can be easily measured against the standard output for the week. Now, the next point is analyzing deviations. Some deviations are possible in all the activities. However, the deviations in the important areas of business need to be corrected more urgently as compared to deviations in insignificant areas. Management should use critical point control and management by exception in such areas. Let's see the critical point control. Since it is neither easy nor economical to check is each and every activity in an organization. The control should focus on key result areas which act as the critical point. The KRAs are very essential for the success of an organization. Therefore, the entire organization has to suffer if anything goes wrong at this point. For example, in a manufacturing organization, an increase of 7% in labor cost is more troublesome than an 18% increase in stationery expenses. At last, the management by exception. Management by exception or control by exception is an important principle of management control. According to this principle, an attempt to control everything results in controlling nothing. Thus, only the important deviations which exceeds the prescribed limit should be brought to the notice of the management. And the last we can say is to take corrective actions. The last step in the process of controlling involves taking corrective actions. If the deviations are within acceptable limits, no corrective measure is required. However, if the deviations exceed acceptable limits, they should be immediately brought to the notice of the management for taking corrective measures, especially in the important areas. Thank you. I wish you enjoyed the video. Stay home, stay safe.